So we're here in the kitchen, and so we're just to reflect, mice, heat, food, shelter. So what better place than the kitchen preparation food area? This is food, heat. Where was the heat? Well, right here with the refrigerator. That's going to be constantly running, so there's going to be a warm engine there. You have, of course, hot water coming from this location. You also have behind the area where the microwave has some occasional heat as well, but also food. So mice have incredible jumping ability. The research that showed out of Hawaii, where they did a testing how high a mouse could jump vertically, they found that the weakest mouse did over 9 inches vertical. Now, can you imagine what the Michael Jordan mouse would be able to do? So if the weakest of the weak only did 9 inches vertical, that's from one platform to another platform. Imagine what the Michael Jordan one can do. So how did the mouse get from here up to a cupboard if you had a cupboard open? Well, he just jumped. So it is truly amazing what their physical capabilities are. So in a place like this, high traffic area, we're not going to be able to use something like this. If we put it here, it's probably going to get stepped on and crushed. So that's not going to be practical. It's not going to work. So remember, we have to be practical as well as being effective. So in this situation, you'd want to be putting your mouse traps along this wall, if you can, behind the refrigerator, but you could have a couple of mouse traps right back here. Why? It's dark, it's out of the way, and there's dog food here. This is where a bag of dog food is. Rather than having, they should have put the dog food inside of a plastic Tupperware container so the mice didn't get access to it. So now the mouse has everything it needs: food, heat, and other food. And then it can explore the rest of this building. You could have traps on top of this shelving area here, and you could also put it behind the microwave, and then of course underneath the sink. And you would put baited traps probably underneath here, and I'd be looking at the pipe that's coming up through the floor. Think three-dimensional with mice. It's important, it's very easy for us to fall into the trap of thinking horizontally and laterally, but we also have to think vertically. And that means what's below us and what's above us. Now, if you are going to be going above into the ceiling, a drop ceiling, always make sure you're wearing your full-faced PPE, because you don't know what's above that drop ceiling. There could be a pile of bat guano, and if you lift that up, you could be doused with bat guano and expose yourself to histoplasmosis. You could have a pile of raccoon feces on top of that and pile yourself that. You also have to think about people in that office space, what they could be exposed to if this cloud of dust has occurred. So you have to be thinking about how you're protecting your clients as well as yourself in getting the job done. But yeah, is it a pain putting traps above a drop ceiling? Yes. Well, this isn't a drop ceiling here, so we can't do it, but a lot of your office spaces, that's going to be a better location to be putting traps than a lot of other places you would get in an office space setting. So those are some things you'd want to keep in mind. Now, we look carefully, if you come over here to this trap, you'll notice something that the client has used. The trap is positioned in the wrong way. It should be flipped to the reverse or pushed up against the refrigerator. Let me demonstrate. So it could be put this way, would be a better way to go. Again, with the narrow end up against the wall. And that dog food would need to be boxed into a Tupperware container. Always try to reduce the amount of available food, because that's part of that habitat modification. If we reduce the food, reduce the harborage, it actually magnifies the impact of other control techniques.